I'm at 4230 Tower Avenue doing a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. This is actually a multifamily. We're looking for any structural issues, anything that may be of concern to the buyer. We're going to access it through, this is a PVC stack here behind the dryer. We're going to go all the way out. I do believe this has a whole house trap, but it looks to have access to it in the front, so we'll probably do this leg here going out to that point, and then once we reach that whole house trap, we may have to make a move to try to go from directly above that trap to get past it. So we're going to go in here first. Based off the age of the house, this should be clay all the way out once you get through the floor. It looks like that's what it is. And that white buildup is grease. It's probably, from the sink or fabric softener from the washer. A couple tie-ins there. We'll run some water on the way back. So far, this all looks really good. And here we should be more wiring into the line coming from the rear, probably the floor drain. Since I didn't see any other stacks to the rear of the house. So far, I haven't seen anything to even note. All the joints look really nice and tight, and no root intrusion. Really not even any standing water. And based off of the distance we're out, this may not have a whole house trap. There's a clean out in the front, and so we should have seen a connection from the top, but I haven't. Probably see it on the way back if I haven't so far. But yeah, based off of the distance, the whole house trap must have been removed. Here we're dropping. You can see the connection. They turned it, and it is slightly offset, but it is downstream, so it's not affecting flow at all. It's just dropping off, and so that connection must have been rotated in the line a little bit. The only thing we may have an issue with is getting past as that turns and it levels back out. That connection there at the end of the turn may be a problem getting past due to the direction of the camera and the way that thing is sitting. So I may try to, because I know based off of this angle I'm not going to be able to get this camera past here without at least a standoff, and I can hope that standoff will hold the camera up enough. We are out 85 feet, so I think what I'm going to do, or 84 feet, I'm going to pause the video, get a locate, see how far out we've made it, and hopefully we are at least close to the property line. But then we'll run some water and some fixtures, and we'll try to put a standoff on the camera and get past this. But we'll know ahead of time if we're off the property. So again, I'm pausing the video here to get a locate. Okay, so I've located this. I am within 10 feet of the main. I am about 3 feet off the curb in the street. So I will note that there is an offset here, and based off of the angle of it, the water should have enough drop to easily overtake this, but this will be noted. But the good news is off of this, because of the placement of this is off the property. So if this ever does cause a problem or get worse, it would be the responsibility of the Metropolitan Sewer District. I don't believe this will need to be marked, but I am going to pull back. We'll continue the inspection on the way back, but this whole section where it drops is off the property. It's way past the sidewalk. And then I am going to turn some water on here in some of the fixtures and just try to just kind of watch how it acts and see see if we can witness some of the flow. But I got to figure out if there is a spot to even run water in here other than the washer. It looks like all these connections are taken up by the supply lines for washers. So I'm going to have to try to go upstairs to run some water. I'm going to pause the video for a second. Okay, there's no way of running water down here in the basement. All the fixtures have been run in the house and tested, so any kind of belly or anything would be highlighted by standing water, stuff like that, and then I don't see any solid buildup or anything like that. So this all looks pretty good. I am going to see if I can locate exactly where that clean out comes through, because it is still there. But the line looks really good up until that point there that is off the property. There is that offset, but the rest of the line is really nothing to report. All the connections are nice and tight, and don't see any root intrusion. The only offset obviously was at that turn down where it dropped off to get down real deep to the main. And that was off the property, so it's not going to be the responsibility of the owner to repair that. You'll just have to have evidence of it if it ever does cause an issue. Because they obviously, the sewer district won't mess with it until there is a problem, and it's free flowing and not an issue at the time of inspection. So chances are it's been that way for decades. Trying to clear off the edge here. I believe this is, it's coming in from the left, which would be most likely the front stack. And it comes down from the upstairs. Really floor drain, because now this is coming back over across. There is that Y in there. That is the connection for the floor drain, and the one on the left is most likely the one for the stationary tub there. We are back at the stack, coming vertical, and we're out. I'm going to quickly put the standoff on here, and we're going to see if we can make it past that turn. There's really it's not fully necessary, but I would like to try to get past that turn just to take a look at what's out there in the street in case there was something past there. You can report it to MSD. Now we got junk on the front of the camera. Try to hoping eventually we'll hit some water here. We'll rinse this off. If nothing else, once we get out, I think it was out about 65 feet or so, it should get into that spot where we can at least verify where we are. It's opening up a little bit here. So, can you see a little bit in front of us? And there we are, dropping off at that point. Yeah, so there we are. Yep. Still, even with the standoff on it, it's not sitting high enough. So I am going to go ahead and locate this and mark it out in the street just to so that it's obvious where this is. And then if you need to document it for any reason for the future reference of MSD, it would be a good thing to have. You may actually get them to be able to come out and look at it, but I doubt, like I said, they won't dig it up unless it's causing an active issue. So I'll mark it with some green paint, and then we'll come back and finish up the inspection. Okay, it is marked with green paint in the street. It's a 4 foot, about 4 foot 4 inches deep to the invert, which is the inside bottom of the pipe. And again, it doesn't seem to be affecting flow, but just for evidence, it will be marked on the report, and will be marked as unable to proceed past this point due to the offset. And so if you do talk to, you did want to try to call MSD, they may take a look at the video and see what they think about that turn down, being that that section has dropped on both ends. But again, with that drop and the speed at which the water is going through there, there's no solid buildup at that offset, so it's not causing an active issue. And the rest of the line looks great, so everything that the owner would be responsible for is in great shape. back up to clean out. And again, everything on the property looked great. And the offset off the property for MSD is marked with green paint and a depth. So there'll be the only problem found is off the property. So that will end the inspection at 4230 Tower Avenue in Cincinnati, Ohio.